Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for listening to USB Unaffiliated Sports Broadcast, where we cover Chihuahua County High School sports here in the Chihuahua County, Utah area. We focused primarily on Grantsville High School, Deseret Peak High School, Stansbury High School, and Chihuahua High School. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for choosing us for all of your updates, at least for what we can provide. All right. Obviously, I cover a lot of things that are easier to find, such as like football and basketball. Plus, I'm also more familiar with those sports. But we do try to give shout outs to the things that we do have going on. So before we get into that, according to the calendar for Chihuahua High School, their girls wrestling team is at the Beehive 25 Invitational this week. So good luck to them out there. Don't really know where to find the information on that. I know Grantsville wrestling had some stuff going on too. But I'm just not familiar with where to find that information. So hopefully they had a ton of success and everything went well. So we've got a lot going on today. We had a couple games last night. We have several of our teams out on the road for tournaments this week. So we're going to get into a little bit of that. We'll do a quick recap at the end of this episode about last night's game that we were able to attend. But super excited for today. We get to see more of the women's basketball stuff, which I've become a big fan of over the last couple of years. Kind of getting to watch and see how those programs grow. It's been pretty cool. So we're gonna kind of get right into it. And our first game that we're gonna talk about today is going to be the Chihuahua Lady Buffs. The 4-5 Chihuahua Lady Buffs will be on the road this afternoon over in Kearns at Kearns High School to face the Cougars, who are 0-7 on the season so far. So not a very good season for them. The Lady Buffs have had kind of an up and down season so far, but they're sitting at 4-5, so not too bad. Definitely plenty of time to turn things around and really make a run for something, right? So definitely excited to see what they do coming out of the holiday break. And what I like most about it is if you look at Deseret News, it says 7 p.m. for the game. That's actually inaccurate. Max Preps has it listed at 1 p.m. And the school's calendar also has it listed at 1 p.m. And then just from my own due diligence, I reached out to about 4 people to make sure that it was actually at 1 p.m. So super excited for that. Apparently the underclassmen will be starting here in about a half hour roughly. So we're definitely going to miss that game. But I am going to try my best to make it to the 1 o'clock game over there in Kearns. I've got some time off, so not doing anything anyway. So we're going to travel out there and we're going to hopefully see a good game between the Chihuahua Buffaloes and the Kearns Cougars. And when I say a good game, I hope to see a dominant display from the Chihuahua Lady Buffs, honestly. Obviously you always want to see a good game, but I think hopefully this isn't a trap game for them. Again, they're going against the 0-7 Kearns Cougars. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. But Chihuahua's coming in this one looking for a little bit of retribution. Probably they're coming off a tough loss right before the Christmas break, where they lost to Skyview 45-48. So close game in that one, and I'm sure they're looking to bounce back from that and really bring the pain, right? Because they also had a tough game before that against Ridgeline, where they lost that one 44-30. So they're on a 2-game losing streak right now. Definitely looking to turn that around. This looks on paper, obviously, it looks like it's probably a solid opportunity to do that. But you don't want to get trapped in that mindset of this is an 0-7 team. So let's see what we got as far as our stat leaders. Okay, and bear with me. I've got everything pulled up, so it might take me a second, but I'm also using the laptop mouse, which really is not user friendly. So, all right. So for your Chihuahua Lady Buffs, your points leader is number 5, Kennedy Searle. She's averaging about 15.5 points per game. She's got 31 rebounds, it looks like, on the season so far. So good job to that young lady, and 13 steals. In second place for them, you've got number 10, but I think. Yeah, number 10, Hallie Hogan. She is averaging 9.5 points per game. She's hit 10 3-pointers. Kennedy's hit 18 3-pointers on the season, by the way. So between these two players, between Kennedy and Hallie, they've hit 28 3-pointers for their team so far. So great job. But again, Hallie Hogan has 10 3-pointers on the season. She's got 24 rebounds, 8 assists, which is a number that I'm sure she wants to see increase, and this is probably a good opportunity for that, I would imagine. She's got 14 steals on the season. And it looks like she's averaging. Oh, nope, never mind. Sorry, wrong stat. My bad. We'll keep moving. But again, that was Hallie Hogan for Chihuahua, the senior for him. In third place for Chihuahua, you got number 13, Macy Gustin. Now, she's averaging about 7 points per game. She's hit 3 3-pointers for her team, but she has an impressive 38 rebounds on the season so far, 6 assists, 13 steals. Your rebound leader for the Buffaloes is number 23, Camilla Laura. She's doing a fantastic job with 56 rebounds on the season so far. She's averaging about 5.5 points per game. 5 assists. She usually kills it in steals, which, yep, she's leading the team in steals as well with 23 on the season so far. So great job to that young lady, really putting in that work on defense. Now, Apisi Male, the former Stansbury Stallion who joined the Buffaloes this year, she's not doing too shabby with her new team. She's got 30 rebounds on the season. She's averaging about 4 points per game, 5 assists there, it looks like. Let's see what else we got. 18 steals, so she's doing really good defensively too. She's second on the team there. So great job to that young lady. Way to fit in with a new group, right? So great job. Berkeley McClaws, she's averaging about 3.5 points per game. She's got 31 rebounds on the season, so good job to that young lady. 6 3-pointers for her. She puts her in, looks like, third place on the team for that. She has 4 assists and 4 steals. And Lindsay Zaleski, she's averaging about just under 3 points per game. She's hit 5 3-pointers on the season so far. She's got 15 rebounds. She leads the team in assists with 14, so great job to that young lady. And she has 2 steals on the season. So those are some of your stat leaders for the Chihuahua Lady Buffs. Now, I will be honest, I didn't do as much research on this because, again, I'm trying to get this knocked out so I can get to some of these games. But the Chihuahua Lady Buffs are doing pretty good. They're 4-5. They're it's definitely nothing that they can't bounce back from. But I do feel like it's probably a little bit shakier than a lot of them probably wanted. So I'm really hoping that in this game they can kind of turn things around and really come out in a dominant force. I think this is a good opportunity for that. Now let's look at the Kearns Cougars here. They've had a rough go of things. Okay, they started their season out with an absolute beatdown, 73-17 to Bonneville. Just a tough loss there. Then they followed that up with another tough loss of 58-19. Not a lot of points scored for this Kearns team. Now see, this is crazy because it says 0-7, but they've got a win listed right here against. Hold on, maybe that was me messing it up. Nope, never mind. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, so it doesn't look like they've had a lot of success. It looks like there was a forfeit somewhere in there as well. American Fork beat them 1-0. Not sure what that is. Their best game appears to have been against Orem, where they put up 46 points against Orem. They still lost 67-46, but that seems to be their best game so far on the season. So not a lot of success for this Kearns team. Let's see if they have any stats put up real fast. Now, according to Deseret News, their leader in points is number 42, Angela Lee. She's got 47 points on the season. She's averaging about 6 points per game. She's followed up by number 13, Falanico, with just under 5.5 points per game. Sitting at 37 total on the season. She's hit 3 3-pointers for her team. She's followed up by number 11, Richard, with 19 points on the season, averaging 2.7. Who's then followed up by number 43, Amasio, with the same 19. And then Hennick, number 23, Hennick, she's got 13 points on the season. So not a lot of positives for this Kearns team. Again, they don't appear to put up a lot of points here. Their best game, like I said, was against Orem. Let's kind of see. They played pretty good against. See, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, I knew I wasn't crazy. So East, that looks like they beat East 42-38. So I think the record might be wrong just a little bit, but nonetheless, Deseret Peak has them listed at 0-7. So I'm thinking it should be 1-6 if I'm understanding this correctly. They definitely appear to beat the East Leopards 42-38. So again, though, their best game appears to be against Orem. They played okay against Box Elder. It looks like 56-27, but again, nothing stands out really all that great for Kearns. So obviously, their leading scorer, I guess, is who you want to keep an eye on. Number 42, Angela Lee. Hopefully I said that right. She's got 47 points on the season for her, but their outside shooter, their best option for outside shooting looks to be number 13, Falanico. Nothing's listed for rebounds or anything like that, so tough to say what we're going to see there. But, I think this is going to be a dominant showing. At least I hope that it is. Hopefully Chihuahua doesn't come out here thinking they just have it in the bag and they don't have to execute, right? Hopefully they go out there and they execute at a very high level and they put people on notice. because as much as that sucks for Kearns, right? A team that's already struggling, I feel like if you're a team like Tooele, you kind of got to go out there and do that, right? You gotta leave no room for interpretation. So definitely excited to be able to catch that because like I said, it worked out. I'm going to be able to catch the Tooele game over there in Kearns at 1 p.m. Their underclassmen, like I said, should be playing here in about 15 minutes, if I recall correctly from the conversation this morning. Which we'll miss that, but being able to catch the varsity game is going to be awesome. And then we're going to jet back here to Grantsville to talk about to watch our next game. We're going to talk about here is our Grantsville ladies will be at home tonight. Facing the North Summit Braves. So good luck to Tooele. I can't wait to see what you ladies do. Super excited to be able to make it. I haven't made it to as many games this year as I was hoping to. So definitely excited to be able to catch one. And, I don't think I've ever seen Tooele play on the road. So this is going to be pretty cool for me. And I'm hoping to see a good outing there. And definitely super excited for it. So good luck to everybody. Safe travels for the Tooele fans and the team, of course. And best of luck. Go out there and kick some butt, all right? Now we're going to move on to our second women's game that we're going to talk about today. Like I said, we have the Grantsville ladies, the Grantsville Cowboys ladies, which is a tongue twister if you ask me, but nonetheless they will be taking on the North Summit Braves at home. Now the Grantsville ladies are sitting at a record of 3-8 this year so far, and they will be taking on North Summit, who is sitting at 7-5. So definitely an uphill battle for these ladies. They'll be playing tonight at 5 p.m. Here in Grantsville, so definitely excited for that. Let's take a look at before we get into stats real fast. Now the Grantsville ladies are coming off of a 2-game, 3-game losing streak, 4-game losing streak, 5-game losing streak, 6, 7. Yeah, the Grantsville ladies are really, really struggling right now. It looks like after winning their season opener, their second game, their third game, they've been on a losing streak the last 8 games. So definitely looking for a turnaround for this team, but they're facing another tough opponent here, right? So the Grantsville ladies are coming off a loss to Syracuse back on the 19th before the break, where they lost that one 62-30. So definitely a tough night there. They're definitely looking to bounce back. So super excited to see what they come out of the holiday break with, what kind of rejuvenated energy they might have. But let's take a look at some of their stat leaders for the season so far before we get in too much into this. Now we've got, in terms of overall points, your leader for the Grantsville Cowboys ladies is number 15, Emmy Butler. Now she's averaging about 12.5 points on the season so far, and she's hit an impressive 19 3-pointers for her team. So great job to that young lady. No other stats really in terms of rebounds or assists or anything like that is listed for the Cowboys. So we'll see what we got here. But in second place overall points, you've got Sadie Castano. She's got 75 points on the season, averaging about 6.8. She's also hit 6 3-pointers for her team. 3-point shooting seems to be pretty good for this Cowboys team. You've got number 3, Camry Allen, in third place, ironically, considering her number, right? She's got 70 points on the season, averaging about 6.3. And she's also hit 9 3-pointers on the season. So great job to that young lady. Number 2, Sadie Thornton, if I'm not mistaken, the only senior on the team. She's got 64 points on the season. She's averaging about 5.8, and she's hit 4 3-pointers for her team. Now, number 5, Allie Bree Rogers. She's got 42 points on the season, averaging about 3.8. Number 1, Hazley Hall, 34 points, averaging 3 with 1 3-pointer for her. Charlotte Lee, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, Charlotte Lee, number 4. She's got 12 points on the season. And then number 11, Kinley Geipel. She's got 6 points on the season listed, 1 3-pointer for her. And Nicolaus with 2 points, Bradfield with 2, and Goodnight with 1 is all that's listed for them. But definitely a defensive team, and it would be nice to kind of have some of their stats, because I know a lot of these ladies have a ton of rebounds and steals. Assists, I think Camry's probably going to be leading the charge in that one. She facilitates the ball pretty well for her team. But I know like Hazley Hall, she's probably got a ton of steals listed out. If the stats are there for it, because she's a heck of a defending player. But nonetheless, the really good 3-point shooting team for this Grantsville squad. So Not sure if they're going to keep leaning on that, or maybe they've kind of changed things up, right? And they're looking to do something maybe a little different. But nonetheless, a very capable 3-point shooting team. Emmy Butler does a really good job on rebounds. Her inside game is really good. Cameron Allen does a great job of driving and dishing, and because Castano and Thornton are usually there on the wings or in the corners, ready for those shots. So definitely a very capable squad. I think they're just playing a lot of really good teams right now, and when you're going through a system change and you've got new starters and things like that, I think that makes it even tougher. So definitely rooting for them tonight. We'll see what goes on there. But let's take a look at the North Summit Braves real fast. Now again, their record according to Deseret News is 7-5. Okay. Let's see their last game. Their last game they went against the Enterprise Wolves, where they actually lost that one 53-50. So they're coming into this one looking to bounce back. It looks like they lost to Beaver 42-35. Leighton Christian they lost 50-49. So a lot of they lost to Morgan 55-54. They beat Juab pretty bad though. Holy cow, 52-18. So pretty close games for this team. It's definitely going to be interesting. I don't know much about them, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see what they do. Let's see if we can pull up some of their stats real quick. Now, again, 7-5 on the season, so definitely not bad. They're doing pretty well for themselves, and they're led by number 24. This young lady seems to be having a heck of a season. Ellie Stevens. She's got 241 points on the season. She's averaging 20 points per game. She's hit 6 3-pointers on the season. Give me just a sec. I gotta scroll down here. The mouse on a laptop. It was definitely innovative for its time, but it's definitely rough now. But anyways, Ellie Stevens, 241 points, 20 points per game average. She's hit 6 3-pointers on the season. She has 150 rebounds. Geez Louise, 20 assists. I'm going to have to look this up real fast. Maybe she's super. 30 steals on the season. Goodness gracious. This lady is having a heck of a season. Let's see if we can get some more info on this young lady. So she's only listed at 5'11", which, I mean, I say only, right? But she's listed at 5'11", but you'd think with 150 rebounds she was 6'7" or something. That's crazy. So 5'11" is what she's listed at. Looks like she was the 2A player of the year for, I think that's volleyball. 2A first team for volleyball, 2A second team for basketball last year, All-State. So she's having a heck of a season. She's definitely who you want to keep your eye on there. Now she's followed up behind in points by number 11. Let's see if we can get a first name here. Kate Smith. She's got 178 points for herself on the season. She is averaging 14.8 points per game, and she's dropped 34 3-pointers on the season. So definitely got to keep an eye on her. She's also doing pretty good in the rebound category. Looks like she's in second there with 84 rebounds on the season. She's got 25 assists and 28 steals. So this duo is really putting in some work this year. And it seems to be primarily them because the next leading scorer in third place for the team is only averaging 4.3 points per game, and that's number 3, Vernon. Let's see if we can get this young lady's first name, Quincy Vernon. She's got, like I said, averaging 4.3 points per game. She's hit 3 3-pointers, but she does pretty well on the rebounds, coming in third at 78 overall total rebounds for her team. She's got 20 assists and 22 steals. Then there is number 12, Caden Sargent. She's averaging 4.25 points per game, 2 3-pointers for her, 35 rebounds, but she has 45 assists on the season, leading the team there. So good job to that young lady. She has 16 steals as well. A lot of assists for this team. Again, we don't really know what those numbers are for Grantsville. I know that they've got quite a few as well, but when you see it in the numbers, it's definitely there. And it looks like in 5th place for them in terms of overall scoring is Amy Tholen, number 5. She's got 33 points on the season, averaging 2.75. She's got 19 rebounds, 13 assists, and 13 steals. So Bench play, points wise, doesn't appear to be super strong for this team, but rebounding categories, they seem to do pretty well. Same with kind of the steals. So definitely be interesting to see what they do. But that duo of Stevens and Smith for this North Summit team is looking on paper to be pretty dang impressive. I mean, like I said, number 11, Kate Smith, she's hit 34 3-pointers for her team so far. So she's definitely a shooter. And then obviously Stevens is averaging 20 points per game. Heck of a defensive assignment for them. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Definitely going to be tough, and I can't wait to see what they do. But yeah, nonetheless, this game will be tonight at 5 p.m. Again, the Grantsville ladies are looking to really turn things around. They're on an 8-game losing streak. They started out pretty dang strong, but they've had a rough go of things as of late. So they're definitely looking to turn things around, and on their home court, coming out of the break. Hopefully they're rejuvenated, re-energized, and ready to go because it's been a rough go of things for them. So definitely excited to see that. I'm super excited to be able to catch it. It's going to be a fun day for us here at USB. We're going to be moving and grooving, traveling from game to game. So it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see it, and hope to see a tough fought game because looking at those stats, the Grantsville ladies going to have their defensive work cut out for them, it looks like. So good luck to them. Can't wait to see it. Again, that game will be this evening at 5 p.m. out here in Grantsville. I'm sure the underclassmen games probably started like 1:30 or something like that. Haven't seen anything on that, but that's usually how it goes. So hopefully that works out, and everything ends up on the up and up for Grantsville. Super excited to see it. So good luck, ladies, and go kick some butt. All right. Now we're going to move on to our next game that we're going to talk about. Obviously, like I said, we have some tournament games this week going on, but I want to kind of focus on the ones that people can hopefully attend because usually those tournament games are really far away. We are going to talk about the tournament games, but we're going to kind of shift it up just a little bit here, okay? So we're going to talk about, jump over to men's basketball here real quick, where we have the 0-11 Deseret Peak Golden Eagles, really looking to turn things around against I think they're 7-5. Yeah, 7-4. Excuse me. The 7-4 Ogden Tigers. So a tough uphill match, for them to kind of turn things around. But we're hoping that they can do it. Now, the Deseret Peak Eagles are coming off a really tough loss to Bear River before the Christmas break, where they lost that one 80-36. So definitely a tough home loss there. It's been a rough go of things for this Deseret Peak team. It looks like their best game was against Rich so far that I can see in terms of overall points. Well, no, they did pretty good against Park City, I would say. But it's definitely been a rough go of things for this team, and they're definitely looking to build some momentum and get things going. I think with this team, you're definitely looking at the next couple years more than you are this coming year. You got to this is going to sound bad, I guess, but you got a ragtag group of players that kind of come from all different backgrounds that just landed there, right? And you're trying to build that cohesion and all those things. And here at USB, we're definitely aware that takes time. That's a tough process sometimes, right? And, maybe you think things work and they don't work, and you got to keep readjusting. So this first year, I think you're just really looking for progress more than anything. So that's what we're hoping to see here. Hopefully they can pull one out and win on the road against a pretty good Ogden team sitting at 7-4. So let's look at the stat leaders for the Deseret Peak Eagles real fast. All right, in terms of overall points, your leader is number 33, Hodge. He's averaging 11.36 points per game. He's got 125 total on the season. He's hit 2 3-pointers. This is all according to Deseret News, okay? So if this is inaccurate, I do apologize. But rebounds, he's got 26 on the season, 6 assists and 5 steals. Number 10 comes in second place there, Helu Jr., Helu or Helu, I'm sorry. I do my best here, but I've never claimed to be a scholar, all right? So, young man, I do apologize if I butchered that, okay? But he's got 5.27 points per game. He's got 58 overall on the season. He's had 1 3-pointer, 15 rebounds, it looks like, for him, 4 assists and 2 steals. In third place, you got Brimley, and I think it's Zach if I'm not mistaken. Number 3, Zach Brimley. There's 2 of them on the team, so you gotta make sure you get the right one there, right? But he's got a total of 48 points on the season, averaging 4.3 so far. He's hit 5 3-pointers for his team, so good job to that young man. He's got 17 rebounds, puts him in the second place spot, it looks like. No assists listed, 2 steals. So good job to that young man. Number 11, Rock Hill. He's got 41 points on the season, averaging 3.7. He's also hit 5 3-pointers on the season for his team, so good job to him. 7 rebounds for that young man. And leads the team in steals with 10. So good job to you, sir. Good job to you. And then there's number 2, which is Gray Brimley. All right. He's got 41 total points on the season, averaging 3.73. The same. He's hit 4 3-pointers. So good job to you, young man. 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and that looks to be about it. Then you have number 5, Rodriguez. He's got 24 total points on the season, averaging 2.18. He's hit 3 3-pointers for his team. He's got 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals, it looks like. So good job to that young man. Good job to those guys. Eli Overman, number 24, he's got 13 points on the season, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Then you have number 34, Noah Arnold, 5 points for him on the season, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. And number 15, Tate Fossen with 4 points on the season so far for him. Nothing else really listed there. So, again, kind of a tough going for this Deseret Peak team. They definitely struggled with it a little bit. So hopefully they can come out of the break, rejuvenated, refocused, and really see some success against another tough opponent. Ogden's usually pretty decent, especially when it comes to basketball. So definitely a tough opponent for him. But let's see what Ogden has going now. Again, Ogden is 7-4 on the season thus far. They've been doing really well for themselves. They're coming off their tournament play where it looks like they won all 3 of the games. All 4 of the games that they played in that one. So they're doing really well. So their last non-tournament game was against Granger, where they beat them 56-52. Let's see. Yeah, they've pretty tight games for all their games, it looks like so far. So pretty good team. Definitely going to be an uphill battle, but definitely doable. Definitely doable. I mean, I don't know the caliber of the teams that they played in that tournament. So 4 of those wins come off tournament play. But nonetheless, 7-4 record for them. It's not pulling out their stats. I love when that happens. All right, let's see here. Oh. All right, let's just try it again. Maybe it's a loading problem. Oh, no, it doesn't want to do anything for me. All right, well, nonetheless, the Deseret Peak Golden Eagles will be on the road tonight up there in Ogden, taking on the 7-4 Ogden Tigers at 7 p.m. So we wish you nothing but the best. Good luck. Go out there, prove some people wrong, turn things around, because they come right back into it, and they're going to have an inter-county matchup against Chihuahua, which is going to be high energy. So hopefully they can go into this one, steal a win on the road, prove some people wrong, and start to turn their season around a little bit. We're definitely rooting for you, and we definitely want to see you have some success. So get out there, go kick some butt, fight, and bring back that W. Beat those Ogden Tigers. All right. So good luck to you guys. Safe travels to you and your fans. Again, that game will be in Ogden tonight at 7 p.m. So good luck, Deseret Peak. All right. So like I said, we had some teams out in tournament play right now. I generally don't do a lot of coverage for tournament play because last year I kind of ran into a problem where I tried to be proactive about it, and then everything kind of changed. The teams that they were playing and all those things. So I'm a little bit hesitant to preemptively do some of the tournament stuff. But once the scores get posted, at least we can talk about that, right? So we'll talk about the Stansbury Stallions men's team first. Okay, they're in a tournament down there in Cedar City, the Steve Hodson Cancer Classic, I think is what it's called. And they started their tournament off yesterday at 8:30 p.m. last night against the Canyon View Falcons, where they would win that one 65-39. They did really good, really good. They held Canyon View to only 5 points in the second quarter, only 7 points in the fourth quarter. So great job to them. They outscored them in every quarter. It looks like the first quarter looked like it started out pretty dang good, 18-16, but then they came back with a 17-5 second quarter. So definitely a tough run. Good adjustments, I'm assuming, by the Stansbury Stallions. So great job to them. Your overall leader in points in that game was number 2, Dallin Jensen. He had 19 points in last night. Looks like he had 3 3-pointers, 7 assists. Good job to you, young man, and 6 steals. Tegan Johnson was in second place there with 14 points, 11 rebounds, a double-double for him. So good job to you, young man. He had 4 blocks, it looks like. Number 11, Porter Hinton. He ended the night with 14 points, 2 3-pointers for him, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Number 3, Ryder Meyer. He had 9 points on the season on the game last night. Looks like he had 3 3-pointers for his team. So good shooting from the Stallions last night for sure. 3 rebounds for Meyer, 1 assist and 2 steals. Number 20, Bowden, he had 4 points, but he had an impressive 5 assists for his team, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal and a block as well. Lots of blocks for the Stansbury team last night. Looks like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like a total of 9 blocks for this Stansbury team. So great job to them. Looks like they hit 8 3-pointers on the night. Ton of rebounds. So good job to them. Good job. Way to go out there and win that opener. Nothing's listed for Canyon View. So don't really know what they did. There's no free throw stats or anything like that. So good job to the Stansbury Stallions last night as they win their tournament opener against Canyon View last night, 65-39. Now this afternoon at 2 p.m. they will be going up against the Carbon Dinos out there. Let's see what Carbon did in theirs real fast. Again, I try not to cover too much of the tournament play. It looks like Carbon's record on the season so far is 4-6. So not too shabby there, not too shabby. Let's see. Come on, work with me here. All right, so it looks like they opened up last night against Dixie at this tournament, and they got worked 82-51. So they're coming in looking for a turnaround. Stansbury's looking to keep their momentum going. Definitely a good time. I remember traveling at those tournaments with when my son played. Yeah, it's definitely a good time down there. So they will play this afternoon at 2 p.m. against Carbon. So we wish you guys nothing but the best. And everybody should probably be down there already. But if they're still traveling, hey, safe travels to everybody. Good luck, Stansbury. Go get another W out there. Now, keeping with Stansbury, we'll go ahead and we'll talk about the Stansbury ladies team because they are also down there in Cedar City taking part in the Steve Hodson Cancer Classic, excuse me. But they are actually playing right now. I think their game started at 11 this morning. So, yeah. And they're playing Dixie. Now, they're looking for a bounce back win for sure because last night they opened up their tournament play against Canyon View as well, where they fell short 46-12. Definitely a tough go of things for this Stansbury team. Looks like neither team really did much of anything in that first quarter. It was a 1-2 first quarter. Definitely nothing. But then Canyon View came out on a terror, and they win the second quarter 23-4. And then they opened up the second half with a 19-0 quarter. And then Stansbury started to show some life in the fourth quarter where they win that one 7-2. So definitely a tough one. Definitely a tough one for this Stansbury team coming into this tournament. Looks like Hallows for Canyon View. She had 12 points on the night. Potter had 11 for Canyon View. Taylor had 6. As for Stansbury, Lufkin, number 11, she had 7 points and 1 3-pointer. Lambert had 2 points. Christensen had 2. And Jacobson had 1. So, obviously, the score like that, not a lot of scoring up to talk about there. But definitely a tough go of it. And hopefully they can bounce back. Hopefully, that's a tough way to start a tournament out, right? So they are playing right now, like I said, against Dixie, who, let's see what Dixie did to start their tournament out down there. All right, looks like they started out against South Sevier last night, where they put a whooping on South Sevier 61-28. So it looks like another tough go of things for this Stansbury Stallions ladies team. So hopefully they're able to turn things around. We hope that they're doing well right now and Go kick some butt. Kick some butt. Looks like their third game of this tournament will be tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. against the South Severe Rams. So good luck, Stansbury. We wish you nothing but the best. Again, if you're traveling down there for that, please be safe. Safe travels to everybody. And again, good luck, Stansbury. All right. Now to continue on with our tournament play, our Deseret Peak Golden Eagle ladies. Who comes up with these names? I'm just saying. Our Deseret Peak Golden Eagles ladies basketball team is up in Idaho at the East Idaho Shootout or Elite Idaho Shootout. I saw two different names for it. Not really sure what it's called, but they're sitting at 3-7 on the season so far. Okay, and they went up there last night. And according to Deseret News, nothing's been posted yet. That's right. That's why I had the Max Preps pulled up. Now Max Preps says that they won their game last night. So let me just double check that. Max Preps can kind of be a pain in the butt sometimes, right? All right, so looks like they lost. They lost. But it was a close one. It looks like it was 38-30 against the Bonneville, Idaho Bees. Let's see if there's no stats really listed. That's okay. No stats listed, but close game for them. 38-30. Definitely not anything you should hang your head on, right? You went out there, you competed, and they will be playing this afternoon at 1:30 against the Century Idaho Diamondbacks, who are out of Pocatello, I believe it is. They are 1-10 on the season, so they are equally having a rough season. So this is probably a good opportunity for this Deseret Peak Eagles team to really get things rolling in the right direction for themselves. They will play today at 1:30 p.m. against them, so we wish you the best of luck. Great job yesterday. Hey, it is what it is. 38-30, that's not too bad. So good luck to them. We're not sure who they play tomorrow, but they should have a game tomorrow. So keep your eye out for that. We'll do our best to get that up for everybody. But nonetheless, 1:30 p.m. this afternoon, the Deseret Peak Golden Eagles will be taking on the Century Diamondbacks from Idaho. So good luck to you, ladies. Again, if you're heading up there, safe travels. Hope everybody's doing well, and have a good time. Have a good time. Those good times out there. And that should wrap up our game day stuff. I do want to get into the game that we were at last night real fast, just because it was a heck of a game. It was a heck of a game. We had the Grantsville men's team at home against the Delta Rabbits. Now Grantsville came into this one 6-4, and Delta came in 8-3, I think it was. I don't know, something like that. But Delta's been doing pretty good. So quite a matchup for them. And in our podcast, we talked about the matchup between Delta's number 23 Driggs and Grantsville's number 11, who was wearing 24 last night to throw people off, I guess, Dresden Jensen. I really thought that was going to be the matchup to kind of see. Both those players lead their teams in points and rebounds and things like that. Very identical seasons, very identical, stature in terms of height, at least. Dresden definitely appeared to be a little bit beefier and ready for a competition. But Kobe Driggs, he's a baller too. He's leading his team and all that stuff, right? So what a game though. Really, it was a really good game. Grantsville came out pretty strong, 11-6 in the first quarter. Pretty close second quarter, 13-14, 14-13 in favor of Grantsville, right? Third quarter, Grantsville leads at 17-13. And then there was a fourth quarter surge by the Rabbits. They ended up winning the fourth quarter 21-15. And, I got to be honest, it kind of felt like for a second they might be able to pull something out there, right? But Grantsville did a fantastic job of shutting that down and taking control of the game late in the game there. So, but it definitely felt like it for a second. Now, both teams got to the free throw line. It looks like evenly, assuming that this is all accurate, right? They each had 13 attempts at the free throw line. Grantsville shot 6 of 13, and Delta shot 8 of 13. So Delta takes the advantage there, winning that one a little bit. But the main matchup that I was kind of looking forward to, Dresden Jensen, he took that one. He ended up with 23 points on the night, according to Deseret News, and they held Kobe Driggs to only 12 points. Now, again, that's about his average. Okay, so he got his average on the season, but Dresden I think came into this one averaging 16, so he was above his average quite a bit there. Cole Sparks had a big night with 15 points, it looks like, 2 3-pointers for that young man. Jackson Jetson, a player who I think he was kind of the difference maker, I think, in this one. He really stepped up. He did a really good job offensively, taking some of the pressure and attention away from Dresden, and he executed on his shots. So definitely want to shout that young man out. I think he did a really good job on the offensive side. We know he does good on the defensive side of the ball. And he's definitely able to score the ball. I don't want to make it sound like that's what I'm trying to say, that this is a fluke or anything like that. No, I think he just did a really good job making himself another option and executing it very well. I think he did a fantastic job. He had 1 3-pointer on the night as well for himself. Jordan Fossen with 7 points. I think with that young man, I don't know if he was battling with an injury or something. He had his knee taped up, and he did look to be a little less than 100%, but nonetheless, that young man gave 100%, and I think that's all you can ask for. He did a really fantastic job. His defensive pressure between him and Cole Sparks was really good. Brigham Morrison ended up with 1 point on the night, the youngster for them. The bench play in general, at least from the defensive side of the ball, I think for the Grantsville Cowboys was really good. You had a lot of younger players coming in. You had Beck Mondragon, 23, I think is his number. He got a lot of valuable minutes, did very good on defense. Obviously, Brigham Morrison, he started, I believe it was, and he did his thing on defense, right? You had Coulter Dong, he came in. Now, he didn't really contribute much on the offensive side, but he's a very physical player, and he did a really good job, I think, really kind of just taking Delta out of their element, because Delta's a pretty physical team. They play pretty physical. They had 2 players foul out, including Driggs, and I think the other one was Cleaver. I could be wrong about that, but they're a pretty physical team. And like Robinson for them ended up with 13. He had 2 3-pointers. Driggs ended up with 12, like we already talked about. He would end up fouling out. It might have been this Bundy kid. I can't remember if it was 11 or 12 that fouled out, but Bundy ended up with 12 and a 3-pointer. Shirts with 7, Rawlinson with 5, Pace with 2, Cleaver with 2. Right, and the Rabbits hit 5 3-pointers on the night to really kind of dig themselves back into the game. But I really think you got to be impressed with the bench play of the Cowboys coming in and controlling the game. Like, they didn't allow Delta to run away with it when those starters were on the bench. And I think that's all you can ask for, right? Is you get these bench players that come in and they play, sound physical defense, and they keep it, right? And I think they did a really good job on that. Dresden, I think, did a great job not getting himself in foul trouble. I think he had 3 on the night, if I'm not mistaken. Cole Sparks, he ended up fouling out. He kind of got a bogus call that I don't know. I don't think it was a foul, and then at the end, it was still kind of a soft foul, but it was more of a foul than the first one. So I don't know that he should have fouled out, but nonetheless, he fouls out. But he played a heck of a game, 15 points for his team. It was an all in all, I think it was a really good matchup between these two teams. Like, it was a good physical game, but it wasn't out of control physical. You weren't seeing people trying to fight each other on the court and all that dumb stuff, right? No, it was physical. Like, they were just bodying each other up. There was soft fouls going here, hard fouls going there, right? Just basketball, right? But you're doing a good job when the opposing team is screaming to the refs to tee up, your best player because they want to get him off the court. You know that you're doing a good job. So I think it was a good game. Honestly, I mean, there was obviously some mistakes, but the defensive pressure from both teams was pretty good. So I don't look at those mistakes as a problem personally. Do they need to be cleaned up? Sure, of course they do. But it's a byproduct of the game, right? I think that these two teams did a really good job, and clearly, like I said, I thought the matchup last night between Jensen and Driggs was going to be what to keep an eye on. And for the most part, we'd said in that podcast yesterday that we wanted to see a good, solid competition between those two, and I think we got that. Honestly, I think we got that. And Dresden, I think he just wanted it more. He was more ready for the moment. He had a couple dunks on there, and I think he was the more aggressive player in that matchup, and it panned out. And then, like I said, he had Jackson Jensen out there really helping him out. I got to give a huge shout out to that young man. He had a heck of a game, in my opinion. And he did a lot of good things for his team, so definitely want to shout him out. But all around good win for them. So Grantsville would take this win at home last night against the Delta Rabbits, 57-53. So definitely a good job to them. It was definitely cool to see that game. And Grantsville gets ready to host the Tooele Buffaloes in our inter-county rivalry matchup on the January 2nd at 7 p.m. out here in Grantsville. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Can't wait to catch that game as well. So good job to the Grantsville Cowboys last night. Best of luck to all of our teams out there today. Safe travels to everybody. Good luck at your tournaments. All those things apply. And definitely excited to be able to catch the Tooele ladies this afternoon at 1 p.m. And then jet back out here to catch the Grantsville ladies at 5 p.m. So definitely going to be a good time. I hope everybody can get out there and catch something. Do your best to. And if not, hey, at least, show your love and support however you can. Because I know these athletes, they appreciate it. So do your best to get out there. Hopefully you can enjoy some good basketball. And stay safe. Stay safe. And as always, guys, thank you for listening. This is... it's kind of just thrown together. You know what I mean? I'm just doing my best here to try to stay as proactive about it. So hopefully I didn't get anything too wrong today. But hey, seriously, please take care of yourselves. Please be safe. Get out there, catch some games, support these players. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. And hopefully it's getting to some people that maybe our players start getting some attention. Okay, so good job to everybody. Good luck. Safe travels. Thank you for listening. As always, guys, please take care of yourself. Please take care of each other. And until next time, I'll see you at the games.
This is USB. Can't do it like me. No, you're not like me. Often imitated. This is USB. Can't do it like me. No, you're not like me. Never duplicated. This is USB.